Please anonymously. I don't know exactly how it happened, but one day I realized I was smiling again for no reason. 43 years old. I've been married for almost 12 years. My husband and I have a child, shared housing, the same vacation preference, C plus buffet, joint accounts, and a fridge where he always puts the mustard on the left because it's more convenient that way. Everything is stable between us and seemingly normal, except I feel like I've stopped being myself. In recent years, I've increasingly caught myself feeling like I was living on autopilot. Groundhog Day. Work, home, school, shop, sleep. We hardly ever argued, but we also hardly ever talked heart to heart. Sex on schedule. Gifts on holidays. Feelings archived. And then he appeared. Not a lover, not a fling. Just a person next to whom I remembered I could laugh, be lighthearted, interesting. He didn't know I was someone's wife, and he didn't make any moves. He was just there, attentive, sincere, alive. And for the first time in a long time, I felt alive too. I didn't do anything bad. I didn't sleep with him. I didn't run away from home. But every time I saw him, my fingers trembled. Not from fear, from excitement. From the fact that someone finally was looking at me as a woman. Not a mother, not a housekeeper, not an item in the family budget, but a woman. I remember how for the first time in years, I wasn't afraid of bright lipstick. How I didn't check the grocery list on the way home, but just walked with a smile, with the feeling that my heart was beating inside me again. This isn't cheating. It's an awakening. I wasn't deceiving my husband. I was deceiving myself for years. I told myself it was just a lack of attention. Just an emotional outburst. Just tiredness. Everyone experiences it, but it didn't pass. On the contrary, I began to feel more acutely how much I had lost during years of proper living. I once dreamed of being light, passionate, brave, but I became convenient, predictable, reliable. And I was quietly fading behind that reliability. With my husband, I felt like I was in a house where everything was by the book. Heated floors, a water filter, proper ties on garbage bags, but not a single living plant. No smell of freshly baked pie. No spontaneous dancing to a favorite song. Just a schedule, habits, and emptiness between the lines. But with him, everything was different. We didn't even see each other that often, but every conversation was like a breath of fresh air. I caught myself joking again, wanting to please again, touching my hair in front of the mirror just because he might appear. I felt guilty, of course. I'm a good wife, after all. I cook dinner. I know where my husband's back hurts. I remember his favorite tea. But every day of this correctness made me more and more alienated from myself. I stopped recognizing the woman I once was. I became like a dummy, and only next to another person did I realize how much I missed myself. He didn't demand anything, didn't pursue, and probably didn't even guess how deeply all this had gone within me. But I went home and felt like a criminal, although outwardly everything was as usual. Cutlets for dinner, a TV show on the couch, a good night kiss. Only I wasn't there anymore. Not with him, not with myself. I didn't cheat on him. Physically, no. But if he saw my thoughts, he would leave. I wake up at night and think about another man. I compare. I dream. And at the same time, I hate myself for that. Because my husband is not bad. He does everything right. It's just, I don't want right anymore. I want real, deep, not by the book. I don't know what to do about it. Tell him? Why? To destroy everything, not knowing for what? Leave? Where to? To a person with whom there was nothing but emotions and words? Or stay and slowly fade away? After all, I can. I'm strong. I can close my feelings in a box, cover them with everyday life and silent. But why? Sometimes I think I'm just afraid to be myself, that it's easier to remain a good wife than to be a woman who admits it's not enough for me. But I'm tired of this not enough. I no longer want to be a function. I want to be feelings, a body, desire. I want someone to see me not as a mother, not as a housekeeper, not an item in the family budget, but a woman whose heart stops. And yes, maybe it will end in nothing. Maybe the other person didn't even think of me that way. Maybe it's just infatuation from longing. But even that showed me I'm still alive. I can still feel. And this is no longer infidelity. This is a return.